Okay, y'all, I found it. Now, I'm going to get right into it. This is a follow up to the video that I put up earlier today that took all freaking day to stinking upload from my cell phone through the internet at the office up to here. But now I'm on my laptop, like I said, because I didn't finish almost. Well, I done the main painting of my office. I just got to do the trim. Now I can set up my new desk and all that other crap and put my new PC together with some top tier parts, because I'm gonna move my editing rig from the house to my office now that I got a bigger office, and already have a NAS drive, so I can upload it to there and then access the files from my house at the house from the office and vice versa. Anyway, here we go. Now here's the deal. Now y'all seen what I said, heard what I said. I found the CNN puff piece. Now he got both of the dude. He got the dude from Wisconsin that I was talking about. I just kind of alluded to him, and the chick from Word, the Philly radio station host. Now, let me tell you this much. I always say, look, check me out. Don't take my word for anything. Go to WURD's channel, WURD Philadelphia, and hopefully they haven't scrubbed the past programs that they've had that she shoehorned. She is a leftist Democrat. Now, think about this. Why would a leftist Democrat air out Side Road Joe and another leftist Democrat, the brother from Wisconsin, do the same thing when you know the Democrat Party can make you disappear? Look, don't get it twisted. Side Road Joe, yeah, even though I think it's elder abuse, I agree with you, Carrie, 100%. This is elder abuse. Right now, this is elder abuse, what they're doing to that old man. Do I like him? No. Have I ever politically liked him? No. Have I spoke out on him politically before even YouTube was even existed? This is nothing new to me. This isn't new. Okay, I've been known who. I told y'all, I remember sitting up watching the Clarence Thomas hearings with Biden doing everything in the world to try to keep Clarence Thomas from becoming a Supreme Court justice. Watched it on TV. Every time it was on, we watched it. Okay, so he's nothing new to me, and I'm not new to identity politics either. But now looks like Thomas has the last laugh, and I'm good with that. Now, okay, okay. Let me not go down that rabbit hole. Let's go ahead and get this one going. Like I said, because look, it's too easy. CNN is in the tank, always been in the tank for the Democrats, and they're definitely in for Side Road Joe, and they do not like Orange Man bad at all. Okay, he can't do nothing right. If Orange Man Bad told you that you need oxygen to breathe, fresh oxygen, these Nimrods would put sacks over their head to suffocate themselves. And wait a minute, that's not a I got the right expression on my face right there for this one. Wait a minute. Let's give that one a whirl. So anybody to think that, CNN's going rogue against Biden. No. These two radio with the hosts going rogue against the Democrat Party. No. Like I said, the largest Democrat voting group, with the highest percentage is black females. Second is black males. Okay, it is what it is. So don't for a minute think that this is them trying to upstage Side Road Joe, cause it's not. something else is in play. Something else is in play. And I say it's a black-owned radio station. WURD is supposed to be black-owned and black-operated. So a black program manager fired their lead black female. And y'all already know, the average black male ain't going to do nothing to correct a step up against a black female because they are scared to freaking death of them because they were more than likely reared by black females, that black mothers that put the fear of their version of God in them. That's why they can do whatever the flip they want to do to them, and the male Negro still capitulates to her. And it is a sight to behold because I'm on the outside looking in. So when I look at it, I got my face all turned up like, what the fuck am I looking at here? Because I wasn't raised by a savage. But anyway, let's go ahead and go. Let's go here, Mr. Brother Man here. He should thin that down just a little more to your lip. It's too close to your nose. Right height and all, but I'm but hey, who the flip am I? Take that, scratch that, do roll it how you want to roll, bruh.
Before the president sat down with George Stephanopoulos, he spoke with two black radio hosts in the
fair use, CNN, fair use.
battleground states of Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. Both are with me now. Earl Ingram is the host of the Earl Ingram Show in Milwaukee, and Andrea Lawful Sanders is the host of The Source on WURD in Philadelphia. Welcome to you both. Congratulations on such a big week. And Earl, let me start with you. And I'm going to play here the president's answer to your question about his performance in the debate. Here's what he told you.
I like them frames. He ought to put a little tint in them. Just a little, nothing crazy, just a little.
I had a bad night. And the fact of the matter is that, I screwed up. I made a mistake. And, but I learned from my father, when you get knocked down, just get back up. Get back up.
Did you hear the version of the president, similar to one we saw the debate, that alarmed so many Democrats? Gauge for me what your exchange was with the president.
Well, you're talking about a person, myself, who has followed the president for over 45 years. I've watched him from a very when I was a very young man to where he is now. Clearly, not just the president, but any person over a 45-year period there's going to be some changes to who they were, as there is with me. I'm not surprised that Joe Biden is not who he was 45 years ago. I am a little surprised that the Joe Biden of today is different from the Joe Biden of 2 years ago, of even a year ago.
How so?
Yeah, how so?
Well, clearly, cognitively, anybody who hears him and knows of him and who he has been will detect that there are some differences in his speech. People attribute that constantly to the fact that he has a speech impediment. He's always had a speech impediment his entire life, but people hadn't been talking about the fact that he has a speech impediment until, the last few weeks. And clearly there's something that is different about President Joe Biden.
Yeah. He says that he will not be taking or releasing a cognitive test. Andrea, let me ask.
He's 81 years old, dude. Look, and y'all know I ain't no Biden fan, but dude, you can't expect an 81-year-old Biden to sound like even a Biden from 3, 4, 5 years. He's 81 years old. Like I said, in my opinion, this is elder abuse. This really is elder abuse. This reminds me of when Woodrow Wilson was the president and he had a stroke, I think halfway through the second term or something like that. Pretty much his aides and his wife ran out. They ran the rest of his campaign. They sure did. Don't take my word for it. Look it up.
Ask you here about your interviews, and something I listened to both of them, and there's something that's similar here. You each were you asked 4 questions, and maybe that's what you were allowed to ask by the campaign or the White House, but they were essentially the same questions, both interviews, about accomplishments, progress in your respective state, what's at stake in the election, what he has to say about his debate performance, and what he would say to voters who think their vote doesn't matter or might sit this election out. Were those questions given to you by the White House, or did you have, or the campaign?
Hold on, let me stop him. What are you talking about? Votes don't matter. Look, when you get more votes than you have registered voters, when you get more votes than you have registered voters, when you have Side Row Joe reportedly getting more votes than one each Barack Hussein Obama. Yeah, I'll let y'all walk it from there.
Or did you have to submit questions ahead of this interview?
The questions were sent to me for approval. I approved them.
Okay, so the White House sent the questions to you ahead of the interview.
Yes.
Okay.
I got several questions, 8 of them, and the 4 that were chosen were the ones that I approved.
Okay. And the reason I ask is not a criticism of either of you. It's just that if the White House is trying now to prove the vim, vigor, acuity of the president, I don't know how they do that by sending questions first before the interview so that the president knows what's coming. Let me play.
Can y'all imagine the fallout if Orange Man Bad, if word got out that Orange Man Bad's team, handlers, whatever, you fill it in, that you use the word that you like, sent in a list of questions. You get to choose from these questions, 4 questions out of this pool, and that's all you get to choose. Can you imagine the fallout? This bald-headed Negro right here would be coming unfreaking hinge. Joey Reid's wig would flip. Whoopi would drop a payload right there live on TV. Her and Joyless Behar. Yes, I said joyless. I said that intentionally. You know it. I know it. They know it.
Hear a bit of your interview. This is, and you've probably seen it's gotten a lot of attention. This is when he was asked about his accomplishments as president. Let's play it.
I'm proud to be, as I said, the first vice president, the first black woman to serve with a black president.
Y'all, I'm proud to be, as I said, the first vice president, first black woman to serve with a black president. This is elder abuse.
Black woman to serve with a black president.
Did you hear, as it's being covered, the president say that he was proud to be the first black woman president? Because that's what the headlines all over the internet are suggesting.
I find it interesting that they saw and heard that.
See what I tell you? Look, they ain't gonna run. They are part of the machine. I'm proud to be, as I said, the first vice president. You're not the first vice president. Hey, y'all, trivia question. Who was the first vice president of the United States? I'm not talking the Kabuki Theater the 7 presidents before. I mean, you know what I'm talking about on the books. Who was the first vice president? Put it in the comment section below, please. I'm proud to be, as I said, the first vice president, the first black woman. You're not black and you're not a woman to serve with a black president. Now listen how she gonna try to skate cake. I'm telling y'all, she's she is ambitious, therefore she accepts the process. That's the way it go. And that's not a hit at her. That's the game. That's the game. We can get Sly on there. How many videos y'all done heard about Sly talking about the music business, the backdoor music business, and how some of them know they doing some effed up stuff or some effed up stuff being had. They are ambitious, so they accept the process. And that's what she did. And so did this dude from Wisconsin that's sitting over there too. A lot of people don't know too. Milwaukee is a leftist hotbed, has been one for a long time.
I said, the first vice president, first black woman, served with a black president.
Did you hear, as it's being covered, the president say that?
Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. The only one that's holding stoic is Brother Man. He even got it in his face like, bitch, what? Man, he need to call, dude, your pocket tie need to have some kind of decorative resemblance of your tie or your socks. Now, we can't see your socks, so you need to make it match something with your tie. Do I gotta give, man, I need to start my own high fashion channel. Look at her. Look at her. She choking it back. She knows what she about ready to say is bovine feces.
That he was proud to be the first black woman president, because that's what the headlines all over the internet are suggesting.
I find it interesting that they saw and heard that. What I got from him was that he was
we saw and heard that because that's what he said.
Intimating that Kamala Harris was the first black woman vice president.
He didn't say Kamala Harris.
And I guess with his speech impediment.
And Kamala Harris isn't black. Her birth certificate says Caucasian. Okay, I've showed it plenty of times. Slide and showed it. She even said plenty of times she's South Indian, and she's on record as being the first South Indian to be elected to the Senate. Not first black female, the first Indian American to be elected, female Indian American to be elected to the Senate. You Negroes is dumb. You Negro, y'all will do anything to invite non-Negroes to the party, then complain about the treatment that they give you later on. This is why a lot of American blacks that got their heads and ass wired together don't mess with the majority of you Negroes. Sorry, not sorry.
They heard something else. And I find it interesting that that was the only thing that they picked out of that entire conversation and ran with it. Look, we have a hard way to go in this country. I am listening to the community that is speaking to me every single day on WURD radio. We are answering, looking at the things that are mattering to us. We can't afford to get excited and fumble and flumble about what folks are thinking about the president and his frailty and his speeches. We are concerned about the purging of the government in Project 2025. We've been talking about this on WURD since January, fully and completely. The slashing of the Department of Justice and dismantling the FBI and replacing their traditional independence from political pressure with fealty to the administration. Those are the things that matter to us in the Black community. So when I ask them, what matters most to you, that President Biden has this speech impediment or that he's slowing down versus the other person who has all these other things going on, they keep saying to me, we did it on Friday on The Source, we did it Thursday, we keep asking them, they keep saying the same.
So the inner city African-American Negro is worrying about replacing the FBI. Pookie Nim, Jarquavius, Tayshawn, Kiki, and Boom Kwee is worrying about replacing the FBI. Really? Okay.
thing. We want the Democrats to win because we feel like if we do anything else, it's going to be a problem for us. What I'm concerned about is that no one really seems to be in the community talking to the very people who has the vote.
Earl Ingram from Civic Media, Andrea Lawful Sanders from WRD. Thank you both.
Okay, I'm going to read this because anytime I use USA Today, they will tag you and make you pull it down. WRD Radio announced Sunday it has parted ways with host Andrea Lawful Sanders after she used questions given by Side Row Joe, his team, in an interview with him last week. Quote, on July 3rd, the first post-debate interview with President Joe Biden was arranged and negotiated independently by WRD Radio host Andrea Lawful Sanders without knowledge, consultation, or collaboration with WRD management. Sarah M. Lomax, president and CEO of Word Radio, said in a statement, if you believe for a minute that this woman right here went off the plantation, got contact with somebody at Side Row Joe's team and say, look here, I know I'm gonna wind up getting roasted for this, but I want to interview Side Row Joe. And they said, okay, long as you just pick 4 of these 8 questions. If you believe any of this, behold and watch the glory and see the glory of the royal scam live and in living color. If you believe that statement, I read that verbatim from Sarah M. Lomax, president and CEO of Word Radio. That is her official statement. I'm quite sure any of y'all can pull it up, like I said, but USA Today, they be clapping you big time. Okay? This woman isn't done. He isn't done. Now, he didn't get fired. They didn't fire him, his radio station. Yet. If he get fired, we'll be back. Because he done the exact same thing that she did. What did homeboy say? They even read the same questions. Now, here's the thing. They said they gave him a gaggle of questions and you had to pick 4, right? Right. What are the odds that both of these 2 Negroes picked the same 4 questions to ask? Huh? You believe in coincidences of that magnitude? Do you? If you do, you do. But I'm telling you, beachfront property, Nebraska, $50 an acre, 50-acre minimum. I'm just saying, you can make out like a bandit. I got 2 hectares to chop up and sell. He's not out. She's out. Okay? Watch the bouncing ball. Liberals are liberals first. She even sat here because she knows the only place she can sit here is CNN or MSNBC or the Young Turks or something like that and say what she said, even after the world heard what Side Row Joe said. She couldn't even stop the smile from herself. She had to get, she couldn't retain it. Okay. CBS Philadelphia, which I don't have that. I don't think they ever done clip me for anything, but anyway, I'll put their link, in the description box. You're being had. Okay. You're being had. She's going to pop up somewhere. She's going to pop up on CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, The View. She's going to pop up. This ain't the last you've seen of her. She was at Word a long time. This is an Obi-Wan Kenobi moment. Keep your head on the swivel. Y'all be good. and be safe. Hey, man, holla at your boy. I'm batting 1,000. I'm batting 1,000. How many? I mean, look, and when I be wrong and I be off, I always come back and say it. But I'm telling y'all, this one ain't what it seems. This ain't what it seems. They both done the same thing. Oh, notice you don't hear the fembots and other black women saying, why did she get fired for saying the exact same thing that the black man said? You know why they ain't saying it? Because they know it's a con too. Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. Bye, y'all.